You are all welcome to ST Bless and Leather Works. I want to welcome everyone to the training of this two Hina school bag. It's a very beautiful school bag. After making it, you see how it looks like. And first of all, I want to start by introducing the materials we'll be needing for the school bag. I want to introduce them to you. This is my taping here. I have my taping here. We all know what we are using taping for. After the taping, this is our pipe. I'll be using the rubber pipe. You can see it here. This is our pipe. We have our belt. I'm using this light chocolate belt for all the work. Then we have the adjuster here. This is the adjuster. This is it here. We have the zip. I'm using a black stock and zip size 6 and zip plug. And I have the zip heads with me here. I'm also using size 6. So we have our material. I'm using stock taffeta. You can see it here. As I always tell you, it's very good for making a school bag. So before we go further, I want to give the measurements. I want to give the measurement for the school bag rather. Here we are having the first measurement here. This school bag is for secondary school. GSS3 can carry it, and then senior secondary school also can carry it. This is 13.5 by 17 inches. This is the body. All you have to do is you cut it in a rectangular shape. Your 13.5 by 17 inches. Then you give it your curve at the edge here. So you cut this into 2. Mind you, because we are going to be having double compartment school bag into Hina rather, this lining is going to be 3. It's going to be 3. Yes, I think one of it has fallen off. It's supposed to be 3, so one will divide it. Then we have the up and then down panel. The up and down panel. This is for the up panel. It's 24.5 by 5. 24.5 by 5. Then the down panel is measured 32.5 by 5. This bag is going to be having a small purse on it. The small purse is measured 10 inches by 7 inches. You can see it's 10 inches by 7 inches. I just curved it at the right side. I curved both the 4 corners of it. Then we have there's another purse again. The purse is going to have a design. By the time we are making it, I will explain it to you the more. It's divided into 2. This is one part of it. So the first part of it is 8.5 by 10.5. 8.5 by 10.5, while the second part is 6.5 by 10.5. We are going to use it's like a combination here. One part is plain while the other part is patterned. Then this purse I told you of has its own base too. It has the up and then down panel. Up and down panel. So these are the up and down panel. The upper panel is measured 15.5 by 1.75, while the upper one is measured, the down part is measured rather 18.5 by 2 inches. Now this is another panel too for the side that will divide the bag, that will make it 2 Hina. So that one too is going to carry its own panel. Then zip will be joined to it to form the upper side. It's measured 22 inches by 1.75. Mind you, all these measurements I'm giving to you, that doesn't mean that is how the measurement is going to remain. No, there's going to be a kind of adjustment in all the measurements. As you are sewing, you discover that you have to measure again so that you'll be sure of what you are going to stitch. I'm giving you this measurement, but in the process of sewing, there can still be a kind of adjustment, cutting off, all this kind of a thing. But just have all these measurements at the back of your mind. So now I have my white foam. Yeah, I always love to use this kind of a foam to make my bag. So this is the white foam I'm going to use for. I've cut the foam for all the body parts. I've cut the foam for it. You see, this is the body, this is the part for the school bag, both front and back. And this place is the one we are going to be putting inside the handle. The handle of the school bag is measured 16 by 2 1/4. So I always love to use a thick leather or the same leather with it. If you don't have the same leather with it, you can use another leather. The way I'm doing it, a thick leather to form the interface at the back. So this is all about the measurements we have now. So the next thing now is we will just take those things to the machine, put the foam where it is necessary, and the handle, you see, the handle, we add our foam into it, then use our belt to tape it around just the way we used to do. So let me just do that. You're all welcome back to the school bag making. So now the front purse is now fixed. You can see it, and with the pipe around it. You see the lining at the back. So this is the base. I just bent the down part, and this is the one that is carrying zip that will join it at the top here. So this particular one now is going to be at the down part of this school bag. It's going to be here. This is where we are going to fix it. It's going to be here. But you can see that I have not fixed this. I have not covered it with the lining and the foam. The reason is that this material is very, very thick. By the time you add your foam, your lining and the foam together, and at the same time you want to fix this with pipe on it, it's going to be very hard to do that. So that was why I'm going to fix everything, all the parts we are going to have on this bag. I'm going to fix it before putting my foam and my lining inside. So this for this. Then the other one I told you is going to be at the top here. You can see the way I fix the zip in the middle. After fixing the zip in the middle, this place is plain. This place is patterned while this place is plain, as I told you earlier on. Now you are going to mark from this place to this place. You are going to mark 3 inches down, 3 inches by the length, 3 inches to this side too. At that very particular place where you measured your 3 inches, you are going to bend it like this. After bending it, you are going to give it a nice and a very neat stitches there. Just tiny one. You hold it here. The same thing you are going to do to this other side. So at the end of the day, you are going to be left with just this shape at this place, just this shape. Now you can see that my zip edge has been fixed already. So you are going to be left with this. So before we go further, I'm going to show you the next thing we are going to do. But just have it at the back of your mind that you are going to stitch this place down and this place down. When you stitch it down like that, you now bend it into 2 equal parts. 2 equal parts. When you bend it to this side, you are going to give it a tiny stitches here too, to give it a good shape. The same thing you are going to do to this side. You bend it into 2. The first thing you do, let me explain all over again, is you measure from here to this place 3 inches down, 3 inches, 3 inches down. Bend the edges here, bend it. Then from where you got your 3 inches, you are going to bend it into 2 like this. You can see it very well. When you bend it, you now fold it like this again. When you fold it, you run machine at these edges again. At these edges, you run machine to hold it down. After doing that, I will show you what we are going to do next. Now, this is the back. Our back is ready. My handle is fixed. The adjuster can see how it's going to look like. You see that it's very neat. Both the foam and the lining is inside already. The upper panel that I measured, the one I told you is 24 by 5 inches. I have to cut it into two because we are going to fix the zip in between, in the middle. I gave it three. I cut three, the bigger side 3 inches, while the smaller side 2 inches. So from there, you just bend the material into two, get the middle part of this place, because we want to put our handle inside. So from this middle to this place, you measure 3 inches. From here to this place, you measure 3.5 inches rather. From here to here, 3.5 inches. From here to this place, 3.5 inches. From your 3.5 inches, all you are going to do is to cut this place into two. I'm going to cut both to the other side, cut it into two. When you cut it into two, bend this place in like this. Bend it, you get your half, notch it. Do the same thing to the other side, notch it. You can see I've notched it. So after doing that, you measure, this place is going to give us, the middle is going to give us 7, since we measure 3.5 to this place, 3.5 to this place. So you are going to be left with 7 here. But instead of cutting the handle 7, I cut it 9 inches. Just added 2 inches to it. 9 inches by 2. 9 inches by 2. You see, I taped both sides. Then you just get your middle side. You notch here and notch here. So after notching, you take it to the machine, stitch it together, stitch it. You see that the thing is has come up to show the shape of a handle. So after doing it this way, you take the other side, sew it together, then attach your zip to the smaller side of the of the panel, then to the other bigger side. So the panel is settled with that. And the bottom, you can see I've stitched the lining together with the material. So now what I'm going to do now is to go and fix the purse on this place. I'll fix the purse. After fixing the purse, then I'll put my foam and my lining, do the upper this thing, then I will come and show you. So now this is how the handle is going to look like. You can see it here. I'll fix it, and you can see the back that it is well fixed and sealed, very neat. So this for the upper panel. Then the purse, you see the purse is now fixed. You can see it very well. So this is the purse. And then the next thing now is this one that I was trying to show you the other time. This is the top. You can see the top. This is the down here. Now after bending it the way I asked you to bend it the other time, you just put your tape rule, you measure 2 inches inside, you cut it from these edges here. You can see it very well. You cut it down. The same thing you will do to this place, 2 inches inside. So when you do it that way, you are going to place it on your material like this. Get the middle of this place, you notch it, likewise the down part of it, notch the down part of it, and you just, there's a way you do it. You take it to the machine. You see this place, when you take it to the machine, you can use either your clip or office pin to hold it down here. Then this particular place, this place, we are going to bend it inside here. From that 2 inches that you cut off, we are going to bend it inside like this. When you bend it inside, you place it on your material, just the way I'm doing it now. You see, when you place it like this, you open it. You use your hand to open it down. So from here, you just stitch this place, stitch it on your machine. Use your machine rather to stitch it. You close it. When you are done doing it that way, you bend this place back like this. So after bending it back like this, the way I'm doing it, as you are seeing, after bending it, you open one side, you open it like this. So this side here, you stitch it down. So let me bring it closer. This place, you stitch it down, stitch it like this. Come to this side too, open it and stitch it. Once you are done doing that, you just close the upper side like this. You close it. Use your machine to close it down. Once you are done doing it like that, the purse, the front purse is now ready. So after that, I will fix my lining. After fixing my lining, I will fix the foam inside, then put the upper, join the upper panel and the down panel together. Then we'll continue with the rest one. I will come and show you that. So we'll continue with the other inner that we want to do. So the back is ready now, together with the up and the down panel. So I have to leave it this way. You can see I have to leave it this way because it's going to be 2 inner. That is why I'm leaving it like this. By the time I'm through with the front part, that's when I will put it inside down. So this is the front part of it. So this is the other zip I told you we're trying to make. See, so this is the place I said you're going to stitch down, and this other side, and you can see the front, how it's going to look like. So the next thing we are going to do now is we want to form a panel for this, and this is the panel. I've given you all the measurements for this before. So this is the panel. The panel is also carrying the same measurements with the panel of the main body. It's 32 inches by 1.5. 32 inches by 1.5. So what we are going to do is I will get the middle of this, the half of this. I'm going to get the half of this, the half of this place, then notch it on both sides. After notching it on both sides, just the same way, the same method of fixing the up and the down panel. That's how you are going to fix this one, and you will attach your zip to it. So the zip will be the one to complete this place, to go around this place. When you are done doing that, you will tape it round. After taping it, then you will turn it to the right side. You turn it to the right side. Use your lining to cover it. So let me just do that. After doing it, then I will show you how it looks like. So we are almost through with our bag. This is the front part. This is how it's going to look like. You can see the lining. This lining serves as a inner divider. That's it, divides the first inner from the second inner. So This is how it's going to look like this, and this will remain like this. So you just take it to the machine, you turn it like this, the front part facing inside, face inside like this. Once it fades inside like this, so we just stitch, run it round with machine. After that, you do your taping. After the taping, your bag is ready. So let me just do that. So our school bag is now ready. We have come to the end of the training of the school bag. This is the back, this is the side view, and this is the front view of the school bag. So that is all about this two inner school bag.